Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another DMing Hadley game. And if you were here and are here again, then thank you. And if you're just getting here, hello. And if you're getting here later, sup. Because this is the second game of the day. I say it all the time. I'd like to vividly hallucinate with my friends on the internet for 2 to 3 hours at a time, 7 days a week, often multiple times per day. Today's no different. Well, guess what? Today's no different. So, boy howdy, we've already had, I'm realizing now that, like, the pace of my games is not just, like, fast. But a lot happens. Excuse me. There was just a little bit of that pickle left. Apparently. It's delicious. I love it! Fuck. Out of water. That's how it goes, right? It's all gone. Oh, you can't see it because, yeah, it's all gone. Anyway, we're back tonight with Blinded by the Witchlight. Seems pretty straightforward. There we go. Illumination. With all of this daylight saving time garbage, I feel like I'm getting the sun setting on me during the middle of a game more often. So it's fine. We'll get through it. Blinded by the Witchlight. This is season 1, episode 4, and I've titled this episode Birdsong. Because when we left your party last, they had communed and made friends and been present for the monarch ceremony at the end of the Witchlight Carnival, and then Mufaro and his friend Burley led y'all out away from the carnival and into the woods, over hill and dale, across a creek, and up into a vacant plot of farmland, upon which there was a small cabin, or almost just like a large blind for hunting. And it looks like Burley took a hostage in the form of a kenku, a bird man. And Burley got a little carried away in trying to make him talk and actually knocked him unconscious with a single punch of his very large bugbear fists. So there's a lot of questions, is what I'm saying, that y'all are gonna have to ask as characters here, trying to figure out what the fuck. Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. So I guess we should get to it, yeah? Yeah, alright. Well, you should know by now what time it is. It's time for the round robin. During the round robin, I like to do 4 distinct things. The first thing we do is introduce ourselves. The second thing we do is not cough on our vapes. The second thing we do is share with one another and the world our pronouns. The third thing that we do is introduce our characters. And the fourth and final thing is offer a vivid aesthetic description of our characters so that they may live in each and every one of our brain holes, because, like I said, I like to vividly hallucinate with my friends on the internet for 2 to 3 hours at a time, 7 days a week, often multiple times per day. Today is no different. So, without further ado, Wyatt, do the thing!
First of all, I didn't cough. It came out of my nose and it hurt, so thank you very much.
All I said was don't cough. I didn't say you did cough. I just said don't cough.
Fair. Also, anyway, hello, I'm Wyatt. I use it and Fae pronouns exclusively because fuck the government. and I want to. I'm playing Willow. She uses she, her, they, them pronouns, and she is a very lovely little lady. She is Apex blood with Selkie,
There you go.
Selkie origins.
There it is.
She's so pretty. I love her very much. This is her. She's gorgeous. I love her. She's a lovely little lady. She's blind and she's very good. I also have, she's wearing this outfit here, this little dress currently, and around her little shoulders is this cloak.
That's awesome.
Because she's got a whole little moth motif, and this is, I have a fucking Pinterest board for her.
Fuck yeah.
But, this is but this is the dress she's wearing under it. It's just a simple white thing under the moth cloak because it's what she deserves, and I love her, and she's good, and she is a barbarian, and you are letting me do the wild magic stuff early with her because you're nice.
So I don't know why that's not like a first level thing. I feel like
should be.
I feel like especially at first level, it should be like every time you cast a spell. And then
because when it's a barbarian, it's when you enter a rage.
Yeah, you're not gonna once in every 20 rages, you might.
Yeah.
You might.
Mm-hmm.
That's not very wild.
I will also very gentle
tame magic.
Yeah, exactly, right? Fuck yeah.
I will
occasionally gets out of hand magic.
I will also ask very quickly, she does have spells that she can cast because of her race. Do those also affect her wild magic? I didn't ask before, but I think it makes sense that they would.
Oh yeah, it's wild magic, baby. It's wild. It's wild. Not tame.
Cool.
Not lame.
I wanted to check.
Behavioral issues magic.
Yeah, exactly. PEI magic.
Jesus. But yeah, she's very good. I love her. That's all.
Very good. Very good. Lovely. And Finn.
Hello, I'm Finn, they, them, and I play Tag of Steel Creed, he, him. I need to think of more like funny little one-liners because I just think every time I just like, yeah, he horny. But
I don't know. I don't feel like you hit the he horny button very often for Tag, which I think is fair because he's a satyr, sure. But,
you can't be horny 24/7.
You fucking bet I can.
Okay.
I put satyrs to shame.
Maybe you are one secretly. We don't know that.
It's not a secret, everybody. It's not a secret. I'm actually a satyr. It's why I walk around at New York Pride dressed like a satyr, so everyone can see who I really am at heart. I'm proud of who I am. This is my culture.
Am I appropriating your culture by playing a satyr?
No, I think you're doing a very respectful job. It's cultural appreciation, not cultural appropriation. Remember that, everybody.
Okay. Oh, he looked like this.
He's adorable. I love him.
Very, very good boy. Well, maybe good boy.
He's a pretty good boy. I mean,
he tries his best.
Yeah, I just feel like Ty really, he really is pure in so many ways.
Even
so pure, Dadley starts to cry.
It's true. Yeah, seriously, like Ty, for all the horny. And here's my big take on Tyke, since we've seen him now in a couple of campaigns, is that there's nothing wrong with Tyke. Bad shit has happened to him, but bad shit has not corrupted him. Bad shit has not gotten through the meaty substance of who Tyke is.
The meaty substance of his ass.
Of that thick rump. That real
Love
round
that dump truck ass.
Yeah, that badonka-donk is so thick that bad things can't get through it. It's warded.
Who cares about thick skin? You just need a thick ass.
Just a
to stop
thick
all the
ass
in the world.
That's it.
That's such an inspirational quote.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll try to live by that.
Thick ass saves the world.
Saves psyches.
Thick thighs may save lives, but thick ass, that's all you need.
Is all you need, yeah. Ass is all you need. That's one of my favorite Beatles songs. Ass, 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 bum, bum, bum.
Hadley,
Ass,
take inspiration.
ass, boom, boom, boom.
And you know what? So he's gonna fucking wear the iconic Virgin Killer sweater dress.
Oh,
We
shit.
love the Virgin Killer sweater
Wow.
dress. I almost bought one of those.
Wow.
This is the first image that I put in the Tiger board, and I've not used it yet. So you know that this is his casual attire.
I fucking love it. Wow.
Finn, you know that bodysuit that was going around on TikTok with the like cutout up here and then like the two cutouts at the sides and then like it was just a leotard with a bunch of cutouts in it and like it had like a strap around your stomach so you're like most of your skin was exposed but just it barely covered titty and the downstairs bits.
Was it orange?
It was black.
Oh, because I thought I remembered. No, then maybe I don't know.
There's a very beautiful trans woman on TikTok who was like, trans people
Just
are hot.
one?
The two were.
Oh, there's so many.
I'm talking about a very particular one whose name
Yeah.
I can't currently remember, but I guess I was too busy looking at her titties. But she's a very beautiful woman, and she she did a like TikTok where it's like the words trans and hot are synonymous, and I'm proving the point. I'm just like, queen. Yes, but she was wearing that bodysuit, and I think it would be a very, very good
Just
staple.
the fucking the truck that was for some sort of business, and it said like trans wizard, and everyone's like, "Take that, J.K. Rowling."
Yeah, right?
The trans.
You can't stop them.
All of the characters in Harry Potter are trans. That's all. Goodbye.
Oh wait, do you still want to like? Do you want to edit the tag image since the hair is too light and the horns
Yes.
are too light?
Please send it to me, and I will edit and possibly just a redraw. But I will edit I will also edit that one.
Thank you.
Pretty dope. Pretty dope. Sweet. Did we do it? Did we do the thing?
Yeah, we did it.
Hadley, you didn't do the thing.
I didn't do the thing. I gotta do the thing. Hey, everybody. DMing Hadley here. He, him pronouns here for about 60% or so of your DMing needs. So don't do maps. You can't make me.
The he, him pronouns are here for 60% of our DMing needs, or you are?
Probably both. Gotta be honest. I really do have to step into a, God damn it, I forgot his fucking name again.
Oh yes, how could we forget your other pronouns are please don't hurt me?
Yeah, but you guys are so hard to hurt that, like, you don't even really have to ask these days. You're just so tough. You're such big, tough, beefy characters that hurting you...
We are level 1.
I'm playing a twink. There is no buff. It's just that fat ass protecting him. And
Just
also
that
the trauma.
The ass is too big. The ass is too great.
Only one thing can penetrate it.
Yep. Mufaro.
Hell yeah.
Consent.
Tiresias. I think about this guy a lot. Are you guys familiar with the legend of Tiresias? Yes, I imagined you would say yes to that. I was gonna be surprised if you said no. It's Pliny the Elder talks about Tiresias, who came upon two snakes writhing and struck them, and angered. Who did he anger?
I don't remember who he angered, but wasn't he transformed into a woman for 7 years?
Yes, he was.
And the blind prophet of Apollo?
After 7 years, yes.
Trans woman, do you want to transition? Smack a snake.
Smack a couple snakes. By Hera. Hera was enraged. and turned him into a woman, which
Wasn't he
is
also the prophet who was like Oedipus's dude who was like, yeah, you're gonna fuck your mom when you're older?
That's an interesting. I don't know. He's in the Odyssey, I think. I don't think he's in. I don't know. So
I'm reading off of Google right now because I needed to remember. I need to make sure I was right. Tiresias serves the purpose of motivating and propelling the main character Oedipus through the story.
Interesting.
He controls the fate of Oedipus the king.
I don't actually see that in this Wikipedia. Is it the same? It's Tiresias. Send me your link. I love this.
I'm not on Wikipedia, for the record. It
blind
came
prophet
up
of
when
Apollo of Thebes, clairvoyance, yes. Transformed into a woman, yes. Okay, dope. I'm just curious. He has been on my mind because of trans stuff, and I'm like, we've known for a long time. The only thing that I had a problem with that story is that it was suggested that being turned into a woman might be some kind of punishment.
There is another myth of Poseidon taking a lover who was a man but in the body of a woman, and instead of making him immortal, because the man didn't want to be immortal, Poseidon, I'm pretty sure, gave him top surgery, gave him bottom surgery, and made his skin impenetrable.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's very good.
The blind soothsayer of Thebes.
Damn, Poseidon did productive things besides fucking dolphins.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, I just want to be clear that it's just a taste of their own medicine.
Well, to be fair, also, it's not like he made this man trans. He just was like, yeah, no, I love you, so I'm gonna give you impenetrable
your
skin.
Man.
Affirmed.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I'm pretty sure Apollo and Dionysus fucked up the whole gender thing when they were drunk at some point in the myth and like made trans people a thing.
Well, Dionysus is the god of.
Dionysus is. You're right.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that was like a gods got bored bullshit thing. But Dionysus is also just a very non-binary god. And I'm pretty sure so is Aphrodite. There is a alternate version somewhere, Aphroditus, who has most of the body of a woman, but is technically either intersex or trans. I don't remember. It's fine.
What we're saying is that trans lives matter. What we're saying. They're real. They're here. They're people that we love and care for. And I'll kill you if you threaten any of them.
If you threaten a trans person, I'll make your pronouns was-were.
That's what I fucking like to hear. That's fantastic. We should put that on one of the t-shirts. Yeah, I like that.
It's not that
Tell
funny.
the joke.
Oh, Hadley, when I interact with cis people and they ask me why I'm the way that I am, my go-to one, because it works on two levels. One, old dudes fucking love this. My dad got a huge kick out of this. Every single time I tell this to a person over 30 or 40, they fucking love it. But second, it is a pretty good way to explain it. I like to say that if a guy is a Sprite, I'm a Sierra Mist.
You know what? Respect. Like that. Oh, let's see if I can. Oh God, oh wait, hang on. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if I could do it in a reasonable time because we really should.
I'm some like a real bootleg soda.
I'm like the Target brand Coca-Cola.
Mr. Pibb.
That's what I was about to say.
I'm like the Target brand cola that you find at this point. Or like,
that's fair. That's real.
I have a Soda Stream bottle of soda.
Yeah, exactly. Soda stream action. I love that. All right, hang on. I'm gonna see if I can find. I don't know that I can get. Come on. No, no, no. Maybe. Oh, oh, there it is. Oh, perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. I found it. Okay. I'm gonna drop this in Discord for everybody. It's gonna be under the travel shit. I love you guys. More than a fucking bit. All right. Merry Christmas. It's too powerful. Suck my nut. It's too
Hadley, do you
powerful.
have Discord Nitro?
No.
You should.
No. Not giving them money. Why would I give them money?
Understandable.
Why would I give them money? There's enough. Everybody wants my fucking money. I don't have that much of it to begin with. No, you can't have it, Discord. You cannot have
Fair.
$10 a month. Kiss my dick.
You can actually get a $4 a month plan instead that is still pretty good, but I understand why you wouldn't want to because it's Discord.
They can suck my nuts through a tube. I don't even want their mouth on me. Let's play some Dungeons and Dragons. How's that sound? No. Yeah? No? I don't know. Can I get some feedback over here?
Yes.
Let's play D&D.
Okay. All right. I hope you're here for D&D too, because it's what we're doing. As the two of you look out, you see a bugbear. He stands about 7 1/4 feet tall. He has a pumpkin on his head, with carved out eyes and sort of a jagged tooth-like structure to it. The base is just completely removed. It just sort of sits atop his head like a helm. He's wearing a pair of overalls. Nice XXL pair of Oshkosh Bagosh. And that's all he's wearing. And he just slapped a bird so hard he knocked him unconscious. And Mufaro looks over and says, "What are you doing, Burley?" From his 8-foot frame down towards Burley, who stands in front of the two of you. And Burley turns around, and he is obviously upset. You know, as you do, when you've been trapped here in the Witchlight Carnival for decades. He's just sort of snapped. And he turns around and he huffs and he pants. And he says, "I just can't do it anymore. I've been here for so long. I miss my family. I miss the woods. I miss my children. I don't want to pay for a sin that I committed when I was just a child." And he roars very loudly. And you see him obviously disturbed by this experience. And very quickly, after he shouts, he realizes that he's got no one to really shout at here. And he sits down on a squat sort of step stool and hangs his head. And Mufaro steps forward to comfort him. And he turns and looks towards the two of you, somewhat questioning what the hell's going on here. And also hoping that maybe you'll help his friend in this situation.
Willow flicks out her blind cane because she doesn't want to her white cane. Jesus, I keep using the wrong words. White cane because she doesn't want to, impose and use someone else to guide her at this point because it's like high stress, high tension, all of that. And so she flicks that out and like finds her way to Burley and Mufaro, I think, and stands like a little bit in front of them, and she'll very gently reach out and like place the tips of her fingers on Burley's knee, and she'll pull the front of her hair back, and in her let me check something real quick. I can't remember which eye it is that she can't see out of, but I wrote it down because I'm smart. Right eye. And you can see out of her right eye there are like bits of coral growing out of the socket. Like brightly colored coral growing out of the socket, but this is the closest she can get to eye contact. If she can't track his face. And it's not something that she's let a whole lot of people see. When she's not trying to intimidate the shit out of them. But she'll look up at Burley with these like colored corals like curling under her eye socket and out and around her eye, or where her eye was. And she'll just kind of nod to him and, we'll try and find a way to get you out of this, but getting us in trouble or risking getting us in trouble and getting us killed isn't going to help anyone. I understand that you're frustrated, and I'm sorry, and I know I'm sure you miss your family, but we need to be more careful if we're going to take hostages.
He looks up at you through triangular cutout eyes, and you can see that they're puffy, and he has been crying. You can see the edge of this fur just glistening with tears as they drip down over his coarse hairs. And he says, "But you don't understand. You've only been here for maybe a year. It gets worse. It gets so much worse. Everyone you love will disappear. Everything you appreciate about this place will turn to ash."
I'm sure it will, but that doesn't mean we can't find a way out in a way that's not going to put us, and she motions to everyone in the room, minus the fucking Kenku who's hanging there, in danger. I don't want you to get killed here. I want you to be able to get home.
He says, I think Kettle Steam, and he points towards the bird, knows how we could get out.
Why don't you let me talk to him for a bit when he wakes up? And she lets her hair down. She smiles. It's the most unsettling fucking thing.
Sure.
Like you can see, like in the back of her mouth, she's got like these big fucking teeth, big pointy teeth that like, seal teeth that are pointy and sharp. And that, like, again, she doesn't smile that big usually. It's very creepy.
Yeah. As you look over this Kenku, roll me a medicine check, please.
$19 + 2, 21.
Okay. He's probably been playing dead for most of that exchange.
Got it. She'll swing her white cane over in the direction that she saw him, because she's not familiar with this area, and bad vision all around, but like as it be. And she'll kind of make her way over slowly. Then she'll lift the cane up and swat him across the face with it.
Roll me an attack, please. Roll with advantage. He is restrained.
Cool. Unarmed strike or...
No, you've got to... I would probably use that as a staff. Or a club. Let's go with club.
I gotta add one of those to my inventory then.
No, it's cool. It's just going to be a d6 if it hits.
Okay, so it's the same as my unarmed strike. Oh, no, it's not. Would it still be a +7 because that's my hit DC?
Is that a strength-based
Yeah.
roll to hit?
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not a dex-based roll to hit?
It's with my great axe.
Okay, so yes.
Cool.
Yes. Here,
12 plus 7, 19.
Yeah, you're gonna get him.
Cool.
Just a second for me. Okay. There's your club. Oh, bitch. You can refresh. It's just a D4. Okay, it's just gonna be a D4. You hit him with a cane. It's fine. What's that damage?
I mean, it's a D4 plus 5, so 9. 4 plus 5.
Oh, you hit him for 4. Damn.
Yeah, I hit him for 4 plus 5. So 9.
Okay, like a pinata. You whack the ever living bejesus out of this Kenku. Yeah. And let's just see if he's still alive, I guess.
I don't want to kill him. Yet.
Well, you got quite a hold of him. He's only got 40 hit points.
Jesus.
So yeah, you just knocked him across his face, and he starts to try and flutter, and can't because his wings are tied back and down. And he's sort of suspended, so his legs are also just sort of swinging in the air. And his beak is still tied shut, with some very nice knot work. And he, and you see from his nostrils just a little bit of blood, having been punched in the face for a significant amount of damage, and then being struck with a cane, like you were lining up a piñata at a child's birthday party.
Well, also with how light white canes tend to be too.
Yeah, really getting
hers has one of the little balls on the end of it.
That's
so
probably
like
what. Yeah, that's probably what hit him was this
heavier.
pool ball weight at the end, just thunk, and rang his bell. And he starts.
Willow will kind of turn over her shoulder and, like, not really necessarily looking at anyone in particular, but I can't see the knots well enough to untie them. Would one of you be a dear and help me so that I can talk to this man?
Mufaro reaches behind him and pulls out a short sword that looks like you could probably hack this bird into pieces, and looks down at it. It's gnarly. It's mostly just like a wedge of like a wedged slab of wrought iron. And he goes, I think this might be too much.
That's all right.
Do you know how to undo knots?
I think in his career path he would know.
A little bit of shibari action.
A little bit of shibari action there, besties.
Okay. Roll me a sleight of hand check with advantage, please.
Uh, 23.
Yeah, you look over and see the knot, and you're like, oh, if I just pull right there, and then just this just like cascade waterfall of knots come off of his beak, and as the last one falls, and you see a little bit of blood come out from the lower part of his beak, and he says, that was absolutely terrible. I hated it forever. Oh, why? I don't understand why you're treating me this way.
I think you do, but that's neither here nor there. If you don't want me to hit you again, and she pulls her hair back again to, like, show him the fucking coral growing out of the right side of her face, basically. Because, she uses this as an intimidation tactic. You can tell us everything you know about how to leave this place.
He looks at you glaringly. You can tell us everything you know how to leave this place. It sounds almost exactly like you.
Of course it does, because Kenku are cool like that. May I roll intimidation?
Yep.
Well, that's shit. 6 plus 4, 10.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing.
You see there is a brief moment where it's clear something's sort of affecting him. What's your passive insight?
12.
Roll me an insight check, please.
Gotcha. Will do. I'm pretty okay at that. Wow. Natural 20, 22.
Okay. This Kenku looks at you and says, "I'm afraid you don't understand. You can do whatever harm you want to me, but Mr. Witch and Mr. Light can always do worse."
I'm sure they could. I'm sure they could.
But they're not here.
But they're not here right now, are they? Right now, I could do the most harm to you. And if you'd like to
Okay.
make it back to the circus alive, which I highly doubt, but you know, everyone has their thing, I think you should do what I tell you to.
As you sort of approach, can I get a Constitution saving throw?
Those things were.
One more time?
Constitution
Gotcha.
saving throw.
It felt like when. You know what I mean?
17 plus 6, 23.
Yeah. As you threaten them, they mimic you again. But as they do, they like stare at you down this long black beak. And you begin to see a cloud almost like pouring out of their eyes and wrapping around your face. All of you everybody in this room sees this happening. And Mufaro steps forward to try and intervene. And Willow, you get exactly one. And then look back at Kettlestein, and she's like, "No, that didn't do it for you. Oh, sorry.
It is what it is, but trying to intimidate me won't work very well for you, I don't think.
I guess not. Yeah, but poor form on my part."
You seem to know what you're doing. I think that we could reach an agreement here, if you cooperate. But I'm not above killing you, so, as I said before, Mr. Light and Mr. Witch aren't here. And you're tied up.
Yeah, she starts to look around, seeing the still somewhat sobbing Burley, and maybe passively intimidating Mufaro with his huge wedge blade, and looks around and begins to sort of hang their head and looks somewhat sullen. And the two of you see them hang their head low and say, "What do you want to know?"
Everything. Everything that you do. That could help us leave. Or that could help us help him leave. And she'll motion to Burley.
Uh, Okay. Um, the Kettle Steam looks pretty frustrated by this, at having to give up this information. But as they do, I'm gonna cast exposition and share with you a little bit of what Kettle Steam gives up while talking to your characters. They talk about how the carnival moves every night, and wherever it goes, it enchants the space around it. It wards it against evil, which lasts for an extended period of time, and that Mr. Witch and Mr. Light are somewhat of a ancient duo. They are Shadarkai, more than drow, dark elves, and have a sinister past. They at once were slavers that worked in the Shadowfell. Each of them with their own competing sort of carnival, having tricked or manipulated or bought people and various attractions, until the two of them decided that it'd be a great idea to sort of team up and make a bigger, badder carnival. And eventually, they found easier and easier pickings as they moved from the Shadowfell into the prime material plane by way of the Feywild. Once they made their way to the prime material plane, they unfortunately, well, why they came to the prime material plane is a bit of a quandary, because it seems like the two of them upset a coven of hags, and were either banished or thought it was a good idea to get out of town while they still could. And so they moved from there to the prime material plane, which is where they are seen at each location every 8 years.
They moved from the Feywild or from the prime material plane?
From the Feywild to the prime material.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
That got mixed up. Thank you.
Sure. He goes on to explain that there are some artifacts which empower Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, and that it is through those items primarily that they are able to control so many people, and to keep people under these sustained spells. Most of the time, when you cast certain charm spells, there's a duration. It's an hour or a day or a month or a year. In this case, they are held in perpetuity. questions, comments, or secret ambitions so far?
What does Kettlestein explain what these items are, or do they not know?
They're gonna do that. I'm just gonna see if there's anything else you guys want exposition for before we get to that.
Gotcha.
Tyke, what's your take on this?
He's just kind of been here. He doesn't know what the fuck to do about any of this. This is crazy.
It is kind of crazy. What's your feeling about getting out?
He's ready to kill.
I'm ready to do a murder. Understandable. Understandable for sure. As Kettlestein continues on, they say, well, all of the magic you see seems to come from two powerful magical items that Mr. Witch and Mr. Light possess. You've seen, no doubt, the Witchlight vein. Yes, no, you guys do work at the Witchlight Carnival, right? I'm not crazy.
We do. I can't see very well. So it's
Oh,
very little.
oh, Edith, my dearest apologies. Through my reddened eyes, I could not
I
ascertain.
understand. It's fine.
Hi.
Honey. It's all right. I understand. It's not difficult to tell. But you did get hit several times. Could you tell me what that is and what it looks like, please?
The vein, the scepter that Mr. Light carries looks somewhat like a butterfly of red and gold.
Oh, it's called a vein? Why is it called a vein? What does that
Um,
mean?
he says, because it, you see, it sort of gauges the which way the winds are blowing for the carnival. If the crowd is not enjoying themselves sufficiently, Mr. Light will know, and will either dispatch members of the carnival to lighten the mood, or, well, the Witchlight hands to remove those who would threaten a good time.
Does it act more as a conduit for Mr. Light's power, or for Mr. Light's own abilities, or is it something that he just utilizes?
I'm gonna have to check and see how much he knows about. Okay, he's got a nat 20. Uh, he says it is an ancient and powerful sentient rod. Its form is adjusted to its wielder, and in the case of Mr. Light, he can cast many spells with it beyond his own knowledge, which is not insignificant. Here, there it is. Merry Christmas. He knows all about it. That's what it is. Merry.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm taking notes.
Yeah, no. Here, this will save you from having to take too many notes. What?
It doesn't go to
You guys can't see that?
see it.
Sorry, Finn. You cracked up a little.
It says all it says when we enter that little thing is something wicked this way comes in a Feywild adventure for Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition.
All right.
Yeah, because we don't own the book. It's giving us the link to buy the book instead of.
Yeah.
Bad. Okay. We're gonna
If you
do
take
this.
screenshots and send it to us over Discord, that might help us.
Et voila. Okay. There. Here you go. Okay. So, it is explained to you that this mace, once it is attuned, gets +3 to attack and damage rolls. They also do an extra D8 of radiant damage. So when used as a melee weapon, it's also very powerful. It can sense the mood of every person in the carnival that has any measurable intelligence, and can be used to pinpoint the happiest creature in the carnival with relative ease. The wind vane at the top, spins pretty slowly in a clockwise position when things are going well, and very slowly in a counterclockwise position when things are going poorly. It is sentient. And can essentially communicate somewhat telepathically. And it seems to have a pretty basic motivation, and that is to, in the hands of Mr. Light, ensure that everyone is having a good time. Okay. It also functions as a lightning rod. It keeps the creature holding it from being blinded, deaf, petrified, or stunned. And can cast spells as an action without using spell slots and whatnot. Yeah, that's about it. That's it for the vein. Questions, comments, or secret ambitions?
Thank you for just sending us the descriptions of these. That makes note taking so much easier.
Yeah, I don't want to have you guys get totally hamstrung by that. And the watch. The watch is the other thing that he goes on about. He explains that the watch is an ornate pocket watch of gold, fastened to a gold chain, which Mr. Witch carries on him always. The only person who can hear it tick is Mr. Light. And there's a beautiful sort of image inside of it of the carnival. And along the edge of it, it looks like the Ferris wheel going around with a single car that seems to move. The rest of them seem to be fixed in place, denoting the time. And it essentially controls the schedule. The daily schedule here is dictated by this watch. It also controls the setup and takedown of the carnival itself, which is almost imperceptible to those who are within the carnival. The carnival essentially just packs itself and then unpacks because of this watch. There's also some spells that they get and can cast invisibility. And this is the fun part here. The affected creature gains 30 pounds. The weight vanishing when this attunement ends. And the creature attuned to the watch must eat and drink 8 times the normal amount each day. 8 times.
It seems so random. He's a big boy, I guess.
30 pounds isn't that much. If I lost 30 pounds, y'all wouldn't even know.
I lost 50 and could barely tell.
Yeah, it's not as much as you think it is.
Yeah, but if he has to eat like 8 times as much food.
But yeah, he's got to put it away. He burns it off. He's got a fast metabolism. He's a shatter guy. He still actually looks relatively svelte. He's just got a little bit of a belly. It is a little thick in the thighs. But he obviously, I mean, come on, you're doing.
No wonder Mr. Light likes him.
2 to 4. Yeah, he's got that dad bod action. And he's got a little dumpy too. He's got 30 extra pounds. It's all in his ass. Just a little bit in the belly. Yeah, so that's
they're making me want to have sex with them. They're evil.
Yeah, they're bad. Why should? Well, I mean that's how it works, right? You're evil, and more people want to have sex with you. That's why everybody wants to have sex with me, because I'm evil.
I look at Ursula from The Little Mermaid. I look away.
I was talking during my last game about how I was going to play Ursula for, yeah. I was like, because I was forced to go watch the Little Mermaid, the community theater, and Ursula stole the show, and I was like, of all the characters in this horrible musical,
Ursula always steals the show. She's the only good character in the entire show.
Correct, absolutely accurate. And I was like, I could play Ursula. That would be a powerhouse position.
One of my very dear friends saw a production where they actually had her played by a drag queen, and she was the only one with good costuming.
I believe it. I believe it without a fucking
She made it herself because she brought her own fucking costume because she did that shit at bars. Like,
fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. My girl. Anywho, it's the confidence for me, dog. That self-assured nature. That's what I love it. It's my favorite. Yeah. So Kettlestein goes on explaining that you know, if you want a chance to get out of here, you've got to take those items, and that's not going to be an easy thing to do. First, because you either have to fight one and then the other before they're able to do anything about it, or you have to fight them both at the same time, and that's bad. That's a bad idea. What's y'all's take now?
Willow will kind of take that in and then look back up at Kettlestein. And she'll lean in a little bit closer to them so that she can kind of try and make out a little bit of their face. Because, like I said before, she only really has color and basic shape unless she's like that close to you.
Sure.
So she'll like lean in as much as she can to Kettlestein and like try and find their eyes and say, "Thank you for the information you've shared with us. If we manage to find a way to take those from them, I can assure you that if you would want, we can take you with us when we leave, if we don't wind up freeing everyone somehow by having these items. But for that to happen, you would have to swear you wouldn't tell anyone what happened today."
He looks back and forth. And I wouldn't have to tell anyone, you say?
You would have to not tell anyone.
I'll
Yes.
have to not tell anyone.
And if you can't promise that you won't say anything, I'll have to kill you.
There's lots of threatening of death for one day, I think.
I would prefer not to, but if it comes to it, I'm not opposed.
You see Kettlestein start to relax a little bit. And they say, "Okay, you let me out of these bonds, and you've got all the information I can give you. You let me go, I will pretend like this never happened."
Can I roll insight to see if they're being honest?
Yes, please.
Well, that one was shit. 5 plus 2 is 7.
I mean, you're sort of at an impasse here. Either you're gonna have to murder this bird, which is gonna start all sorts of fucking problems, probably, or you're gonna have to let him go and trust that he's not gonna immediately throw you under the first bus.
Willow will step back and look to or turn towards Tig and motion towards Kettlestein. I don't think we have much of a choice in the matter at the moment. It's best that we let them go.
Tig, what's your take on that?
Can I do like an insight check or something?
Sure, yeah.
Well, that's 21, so.
Yeah. He's not lying about what seems like his plans are not to fuck you guys over. But you realize that if he's asked by Mr. Witch or Mr. Light or both of them, he's not going to be able to keep this a secret. And along with that insight, you also realize that now there's a clock ticking and you don't know how long's left on it before they wonder what the hell happened out here. And the day may never come, but it probably will come eventually. And now there's sort of a sense of urgency for you that, like, well, shit, if we're going to try and get out of here, we got to do it now.
I mean, I say let him in on it. Like, he gave us information, so like he can be part of the get out of here team. I mean, like, probably he wants to get out of here too. He probably has family.
Would you like to offer that up to him?
Yeah, he won't want to snitch if he's gonna get something out of it.
Okay, roll me a persuasion check, please.
Good thing I got inspiration. Oh no, where'd it go? Under. Yeah. 21.
What was your first check?
When it would be a 6. It was a nat 1 plus 5.
At first, as you look over towards Kettlestein, they're almost angry at the suggestion that they would leave. And you see them sort of snap their head around and look at you with anger in their eyes. And then it's almost like something pops in their brain as they look away from you and down and say, okay, here's the thing. I would like out. I've worked hard to get to Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, and I don't think I could do anything else to improve my station here. I've worked diligently for a long time. Maybe it is time for me to go. He takes a deep breath. He says, there may be others too. Talk to Northwind. And Red.
Okay.
Yes, talk to them. They might have more insight into the matter. And I will keep you apprised of opportunities that I see for you to make your move, so to say.
Okay.
Do the names Northwind and Red, are they recognizable to me?
Yes, they are. Northwind is a adolescent tree ant. And Red is the red squirrel that lives within them and collects their acorns and shakes their branches from time to time. And causes them to shed little beautiful seedling pods.
Is that their children?
Yeah, yes, sort of. This is actually something that Kettlesteam shares with you as well, and that is that Northwind's seeds bestow gifts upon the attendees of the Witchlight Carnival. If you catch their seeds before they hit the ground, there's a bit of a gift that you'll receive.
Cool.
Um, yeah, you guys look on as Kettlesteam steps into the darkness, dons a hood, and all but disappears as they step out into the night. And Mufaro looks over, and he's still holding his short sword, fucking wedge. Oh, guys, guys, listen. I've been here a long time. I don't know that you can get out of here.
There's no point in saying we can't if we don't try. And if we die trying, at the end of the day, we still left.
That's horrifying.
We should get back before morning.
Yeah, as you say that, you see Burley sort of roll forward off of this stool and stand up, holding his pumpkin helmet in place. And "Hmm, I just want to go home." And he slowly trudges past your party and then ducks underneath the door frame. And you see him as he lumbers into the woods and down the hill past the creek. From here, you can still see sort of the dotting lights of the carnival far in the distance. And Mufaro looks to the two of you and says, "What do you want to do?"
Like right now or like in general?
I don't know. Right now's fine too. You guys want to play some pinochle?
Sure.
Okay.
I think Willow will probably also start heading back towards the circus at this point to
Okay.
leave those two some alone time. But also just because
all
she
right.
is tired.
All right. Mufaro's gonna play pinochle. Which I guess you're supposed to play with 4 players. And he goes, "Oh shoot, maybe we could just play 3 dragon ants instead." And then I'd like to take us into the next morning. Because just after the first light of day, you can see that the carnival starts to be active. It's not that there's anyone here yet. There's just all of the people that are here are making sure that the carnival looks tidy. They're making sure that everything is as it's supposed to be. There's a regiment to how things go every single morning. It is somewhat pleasant, even how everyone gets up from their caravans and from their tents and makes their way back into the carnival itself. There's that faint moment of calm here, and as y'all wake up, you realize that the stand of trees behind you is not the same trees that were behind you before, because there aren't as many trees, and the space beyond where once there was pasture land are sharp foothills, and beyond that, huge rocky mountains which rise up into the clouds, and you can see just below the cloud line snow on these granite peaks.
Willow sees so much white and blue, and she's very confused.
Yeah, that sounds right. Ty, you've been here for a few weeks, right? Few weeks for Ty.
That's what you said last time. So
That's what
yeah.
I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, this is the first time you've seen it quite so mountainous in the distance. Most of the time it's plains and fields, and it's just very nondescript. And the sense here is much different. You are nestled right up underneath these hills and mountains, and they almost just become part of the sky for as much space as they take up to the east.
That's pretty aesthetic.
Tyke, how do you spend your morning?
Funny, he just like he's like thinking about like last night. It's like I should have tried to get his pants.
Three Dragon Nancy. That's all.
I
all that
left
happened.
so you had the chance, bestie.
You know,
Because like he doesn't want to. Because like he's friends with Mufar. He doesn't want to like push too far. You know, he doesn't, because he like, you know, he doesn't want to just fuck him. He wants to like, you know, date him. So he's like, you know, he doesn't want to like, you know, be too straight up about it. It's a
You gotta be smooth.
yeah.
You gotta be easy. You gotta be easy. Of the easy way. That is going to be one of my favorite lines in cinema. Is in Back to the Future 3, where Marty shows up at the Biff Tower and is accosted by his guards. And one of the guys looks at him and says, "You can come. You're going to come with us. You can do it the hard way or the easy way." And then he takes a gun and he hits Marty in the back of the head with it. And he says, as the scene goes black, "The easy way." So every time something's the easy way, I just think about getting hit in the back of the head with a gun. That's all I'm saying.
Incredible.
This is what it is to be me. The easy way. Yeah, you're gonna have to work it up, that courage. Both Finn and Tyke are gonna have to work up their courage to flirt.
Mostly me.
And apparently it's both.
Wait, I just wrote it into the character because that makes it easier for me.
Well, then it's both now, canonically, isn't it?
Vent your anxiety with dating through your horny ass characters. It's the best way to go.
Hey man, that's what I'm talking about. As my therapeutic game master certification is about to be complete. You have issues dating? You wanna work on your charisma?
Yes.
Play a horny bard.
Play a horny bard. Then you just roll the dice. And y'all, here is the singular lesson that you can take away from role-playing games as a therapeutic application. And that it is the more times you roll the dice, the more times you will succeed. If you want to succeed more, you have to roll more. That's all there is to it.
You can't make a shot you don't take, besties.
It's a sad fucking state of affairs. It's a real sad fucking state, but that is the one it is. And that is, you have to, if you want to shoot your shot, then you got to start shooting. I meant that when it comes to flirtation. Also, I mean, I guess technically it means the same when you're shooting, but just make sure you're shooting at targets, not at feet.
Unless it's paintball. Or Nerf.
Or Nazis.
It's Nerf for nothing.
It's always okay to punch Nazis. Just be careful when you do it that you're not punching a cop, because the words are synonymous.
Make sure that when you hit, it's really sort of these three knuckles sort of rolling into these three knuckles. That way all the scaphoid bones in your wrist don't shatter. You really want to make, if you go this way or this way, you can start breaking little delicate bones. And I don't want that for you. You want to, with a little bit of a, like you're squeezing a lemon into the eyes of a Nazi.
And don't put your thumb on the inside of your fist or you'll break it.
I don't know who the fuck ever thought that was no one thought that was a good idea, right? Y'all didn't ever think that was a good idea, right?
That's how I used to punch when I was a kid.
Why?
Because I was like 5.
What? But still, why does that feel like, that doesn't feel like a safe or secure?
It doesn't, but also I am autistic, and I hold my hand like that regularly because it's a stim.
Seems we both have autism.
We both have autism, haven't we?
Technically, everyone has autism.
Is this game popular with autistic people? Because I'm starting to love it.
I'm starting to love it. Yeah, it is. But that's how Spectrum work, everybody. That's y'all gonna have to come to terms with that. That the Spectrum includes literally everyone.
There's no such thing as an autistic cat because no cats are neurotypical.
See, but that just means they are neurotypical. The more that you realize that people who aren't neurotypical are in abundance, you'll realize that what you think is neurotypical ain't fucking typical. I drop bombs on your brains. Seriously, though.
But like, to get back to the original topic, I seriously, like, I get like so fucking nervous just like talking about any kind of romantic thing in D&D. Like I enjoy it, like, because I just have this like, to get like real deep mentally, I am so deprived of affection in real life. Like for most of my life that I just compulsively ship fictional characters. So, like, it's like I get so fucking attached to that shit. So like I impulsively like want to do it, but then I get so fucking nervous talking about it. Like literally just talking about it gets me like fucking like nervous.
Yeah, you got those butterflies. Butterfly in the sky.
Take a look into the book.
Yeah, take a look. It's in a book. Read some fucking trashy romance novels. Have some fun.
Oh, the ones for like, the middle-aged moms.
Like the ones I cut up that my mom had. Is that what you said?
I said the ones for the middle-aged moms. No, I didn't cut them up. I mean, I really did want to cut up.
If you want good fanfiction, go on AO3, but fanfiction.net is where everyone starts.
I don't like the layout of fanfiction.net. I can't figure it out. I just go to AO3.
I literally, when I was like 11 or 12, I literally just used Google, looked up like
This is
Tamaki and Kyoya on Google and found fanfiction.net. I didn't
this
look through anything, I just
is
read it.
this is a perfect example about how academic understanding and applied knowledge are so different. Because
My
I can
parents nor
flirt with anyone.
my parents nor school didn't teach me like anything about like relationship, sex, or anything. I learned everything from fanfiction.
Yeah. Yeah.
God.
Welcome to the American school system.
That's
I learned-
that's what they sell. That's like the one thing that every argument for sending kids to public school is, how else are they going to be socialized? And I'm like, bitch, do you think we are making well socially engaged individuals in public schools?
We're absolutely not. I
Why
went
is
to
that
private
what you
school and I
think
turned
these
out
people
fucked up.
are?
I mean, I'm not well socialized, but public school was an improvement though, because there are just more people to talk to. Like in Catholic school, there was only one class per grade, so you had a choice
Oh.
of 30 people to be friends with.
Oh.
Yeah, you find like more. I never went to public school. I wish I had, simply because I feel like I would have learned not to be like as obnoxious somehow.
No,
But, like,
probably
there-
not.
I would have probably also met more diverse people, because everyone that I ever went to school with was like a rich white kid or like the occasional not white person,
But also
like-
rich.
but also rich. I only met like rich people, and I was like, I went to most of my like private shitty private schools on like scholarships and shit, but like I would have met different people, and I would have learned how to interact with people who weren't like all basically the same. Like that's the only benefit that I can see to the current public school system.
Yeah, at the Catholic school I went to, there was only 2 people of color, and they were siblings.
Same Episcopal school. There were 2 black kids for most of my time there.
There were 2 black people in my graduating high school class, and maybe 4 in the school I went to, and the only other people of color there were adopted from Asia.
Luckily, one of them was in my grade/class.
Same,
So...
same. Guys, were we living in the same fucking simulation? Yes.
Oh, geez.
we
she taught me
are.
what a weave is. Thanks.
Yeah,
Understand
thank
what
you.
I'm over here.
Thank you for educating me. Yeah, I would have made 21 in my graduating class. That would have been...
My graduating class was, I think, 18 people.
Yeah, that's powerful. I was so popular my senior year in high school when I went to a public school, and everyone was like, "Who's this new charming man?" And I was like, "I'm Hadley." It was better. It was better, but I can't say that that's a great way to socialize individuals. It's to throw them into a fucking sweaty pit of despair with all of the other children. Maybe we should do better for our kids, is all I'm saying.
I am a sweaty pit of despair.
Right? Should throw someone into you. Moving on as the oh wait, did we go over what you do with your mornings to get your day started, Ty? We just missed the missed opportunity that threw us into a tangent of ADD exceptionalism. Was exceptional.
Oh wait, so what am I doing?
What does Tig's morning look like? What's your morning routine?
Get ready with me, ooh, it's YouTube, guys.
He would be. He would be a fucking like makeup guru.
Do you teach? Do you do like makeup with everybody? Do you like get in there when everyone's doing their makeup and like make a scene and make it fun for everybody?
Oh my god, yes.
Roll me a performance check, please. Because
mean,
I
he
can
was.
absolutely see Tig in like rows and rows of brass illuminated vanities. There's a lot of makeup here.
What's the quality of the makeup? Is it like drugstore shit, or is it like MAC Cosmetics?
This
or
is the
Sephora,
fucking. This is a fantasy world. You think that I would? How dare you? How dare you suggest that I
Some
would
drugstore.
introduce some fucking bullshit, garbage ass swill
Some
into
drugstore makeup.
no, don't try and backpedal. Don't even This shit make Mac look like they knew.
Fair enough.
It's got
Yeah,
fairy
we did a
dust.
23.
It's got fucking. You did 23? Holy
Yeah.
shit. Okay. All right. What's? Can you give me a look? You might need like a Pinterest board for this.
Okay. I don't actually have a lot of makeup related stuff in the type pitch, but it's mostly just outfits.
Well, you're gonna have to hit me with it now. And it's gonna have to be 23 level of performance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's just make conversation while I scroll through Pinterest.
All right, I'll vamp for you. And by I will vamp for you, I'm gonna make Wyatt vamp for you.
You were so lucky that I love talking about my characters.
We're all fortunate. We're all fortunate. What are you talking about? Everybody gets to benefit from the fact that you care about your character.
I just love them. I care them. I
Yeah.
care them so much.
Okay, well, what does your morning routine look like?
So usually Willow's morning routine is fairly like quiet. She like for a circus, like it's as quiet as you can get for like a circus
Sure.
morning. She gets up. She goes to check on her animals. Because they're her performing partners. That she's. I imagine even if they're not necessarily allowed to be out and about, she still is able to go and check on them.
I think that there's. I mean, are they well behaved enough that outside of show time they could be trusted?
Yes.
Okay, then do you take them out for like a morning walk?
I think she takes specifically all of the dogs and the fairy dragons that she has out for walks. Yes.
Okay.
She, like I established previously, she performs with a myriad of differently sized long boys.
Yes.
Army of long boys.
Correct.
Army of long boys. And I think that and she also does return Noodles to his place so that it's not too sus that they're out. But she takes the larger animals like the Great Danes, the larger dogs, the corgis, and the fairy dragons out for a nice like morning walk. She doesn't really have to leash them or anything. They just kind of know better than to drag her.
Sure.
And like she like gets them all settled, all taken care of, all fed, and all of that. And then she like, gets herself dressed properly for her shows and things, and goes to sit for someone else to do her makeup because she does wear it. And I do have references for today.
Amazing.
Give me a moment and I will pull up my screen share and find the ones that I liked. But she doesn't do a whole lot that would be like harsh or like stressful in her mornings. Today, this is what her eye makeup looks like.
Amazing.
And the clothing she's wearing for the day is where is it? Where is it? This. Why is it so big? It's this one.
Fantastic.
It's the cute little. Why? I didn't mean to go there. Gosh darn it. This one. Let me. The image is too large. But
it's okay. You can just scroll back and forth slowly across the image. It's great.
Yeah, but it's the cute little. And of course, she's wearing this moth cloak with it.
Gorgeous.
Yes.
What a phenomenal aesthetic.
She has so many good aesthetic, and we love her.
Sweet.
I think that she does keep one of her animals again. This time, one of the dogs, because she is her white cane does not. She's decided that for now her white cane doesn't match well enough with.
It clashes.
It clashes, so I think she takes one of the.
What kind of hound do you take?
She
with
has
you?
an Irish red setter.
Okay.
So it's still.
Can
in the
you
orange
show me?
vein.
Because go ahead and present that for me as well for everyone.
Present the doggo.
Show us the dog.
I'm pulling up an image. I have to find the one that I like because I have a particular image of an Irish red setter that I really love. I have to find it real quick. Please hold for like 30 seconds while I do. Where is it? There it is. I really love setters a little bit too much. God, how did I lose the image? Okay. There it is.
What was their name?
Their name is Auburn.
Auburn.
Here's Auburn.
Fantastic.
Absolutely gorgeous boy.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
What a happy boy.
He does not need a leash on him. He keeps directly at her side, and she does have a leather strap around his chest that she can hold on to as needed, so that it is clear that he's a guide dog. And so Mr. Light doesn't yell at her for needing him.
I like it. I like it. I really don't have to do that. Oh, I want to go back real quick and check in on Tig's performance here.
Okay, I found two different things I like, but
Show me.
I found one that okay. I found this one.
Okay. All right.
And similarly this one.
Nope. Nope. Wow. That's a hard decision. What does the performance, though, as you are bringing up the mood in this space, while you put on this makeup? Because I see you prancing and dancing and hamming it up here in the tent where performers are getting ready. I mean, give them the old razzle dazzle. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, because he does do drag, so he's like, he knows how to be him up the flamboyance.
Hamboyance.
Yeah. Hambone?
Himboyance.
I just had Vietnam flashbacks to the episode of Victorious about hamboning.
I'm not familiar.
Hamboning apparently is like this thing where it's like you're sort of making music. I don't know, maybe it's considered dance. It's basically just like slapping yourself. I don't know how to describe it, but there was a whole episode about how Robbie became was like the Hambone King, but then he got defeated. So Tori
Oh
fought
my
to
god,
get
is
his
this a
title back.
victorious thing?
Yeah, this is a victorious
Oh my
thing.
god. I love it. I love it so much, Finn.
I'm sorry, the Hambone King.
The Hambone King.
Okay. Okay.
Don't think too hard about it.
Definitely after my time. Right. Yes. That's some old. That's some. I didn't know. I never knew what it was called. But I am actually familiar with it. Cause that's some hillbilly shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that slapping and a stomping. Yeah, that's when you have no other instrument. When all you got is a washboard, a jug, a piece of string, and a broomstick, and a wash tub. And then you're the fourth guy standing there, and you forgot your harmonica, and you're like, "Oh shit, where's my harmonica? Ooh, I can do something with this." And then you got to stand there and slap yourself and stomp and try and sell that as music. And apparently, someone rolled a nat 20, and now several dozen generations later, it's still a thing.
Well,
Incredible.
you have to think about the fact that it's victorious, so they're gonna reference weird shit.
That's
really
my
do
culture
reference some
you're
weird
talking
shit.
about.
Doesn't mean it's bad. It's just
I
weird.
I have so
True.
many issues with that show now that I'm an adult, and I watched an 5-hour video on why it was kind
You
of
watched it
fucked
too?
up.
Yeah.
Oh, Robbie
I watched the
Puppet
5-hour and
exists.
the 8-hour. I know everything about Victorious now.
Robbie's puppet is fucking racist.
Everything. Multiple people in Victorious have committed murder and sexual assault.
That's terrifying.
Spencer
It's a
sitting
riot.
in a hot tub with teenagers. The crossover episode was a train wreck. Anyway, ham boning.
That was a side conversation too.
That
The
was
main
tangent already. We've
point-
tangented
wait,
from our
okay,
tangent.
The main point was being gay, doing drag,
Correct.
makeup tutorial. That was the point.
Correct. That's correct. You did it.
I
All apparently all while ham boning.
No.
The ham boning was the magic that made the makeup appear.
Yeah, that's what it was. You were slapping around your face, and just like you were just throwing makeup on with each slap.
This is cursed.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty bad. Cool. Well, you're all made up, ready for the day. And the dogs are walked, as are they're muscelids. Is that what they're called?
Mustelids and
Mustelids,
fairy dragons
mustelids.
and canines and a couple of vulpines.
The capital L, capital B, long boys with an ITM.
All of the long boys are walked, and Auburn is safely at Willow's side.
Is that the name of your show?
I think the name of her show is the Willow Branch Waltz.
Nice. I was just imagining that the sign says Lost Boys, and you just read it wrong, and you were like, "Oh, the Long Boys. That's what we'll do here."
Yeah, her show's called the Willow Branch Waltz. All of
Nice.
the animals dance, and she plays music.
That's fantastic. Fucking fantastic. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Love it. Love it so much. Well, now that everyone's all tucked in, and ready to go, you can hear triumphant fanfare, which plays every afternoon. You guys have had the mornings to yourselves, and breakfast, and maybe even just a light lunch before the sun starts to set, and the carnival itself begins to really come alive. And it does so just before dusk, with a sort of ceremonial opening of the gates, and the promenade of Northwind and Red, as they march through the huge crowds as they swarm in, and those sycamore seeds, which are shaken by Red from each branch, fall into the hands of the awaiting visitors, and those who are able to catch them receive some sort of boon, some sort of gift. And the march sort of starts at the big top, and then winds through the park near the carousel, and then around the front past the gates again, and then all the way around and back over here, where it ends at the far side of the big top again, not far from where your characters' tents are located. And so, usually by the time you see Northwind and Red, the crowds have tapered off, having sort of ended somewhere beside the humongous food stand and tent on the far side of this carnival. And so there's very few people around when you see them march past your tents, which are only but about 15-20 feet away from one another. And you can barely see, but can definitely hear, Willow, the sound of Red sort of skittering from a far branch to a near one overhead, as you see this near 20-foot tall adolescent treant striding through the carnival, their beautiful, tremendous, lush green canopy, almost perfectly spherical, as if it'd been manicured like that. And you can just see a little reddish brown spot. And as you look up, you see a little small white snowflake-looking thing spinning right towards you. And can I get a dexterity saving throw?
16 plus 3, 19.
As you look up, you don't even really have to move, because what happens is that little seed comes spinning down and sticks. It gets caught right here in that piece of coral that's growing out from the underside of your eye, and it's just sitting there. You can even see it like out of the corner of your right eye, looking over.
I think she'd kind of pluck it from the coral over her eye socket and examine it.
Great. Roll me a d8, please.
Oh, lordy lord. Okay. 2.
Okay. The creature gains the following personality trait until dawn.
Oh no.
I am easily amused.
Accurate. Alright, cool.
Any conflicting character trait is suppressed until then. And similarly, as you are making your way towards the tent, Ty, you hear the woof, 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 and look over and up. And in your butterfly costume, ready for the show, you see Northwind, this treant, and they sort of look down at you. And as they do, you see a little red dot in their canopy of green. And can I get a dexterity saving throw from you as well, please?
Artificial 20.
Sweet. You see another little swirling white seed pod come descending, and as you do, you just cup your hands, and it spins into your palms. And you look back up and you see that the treant has continued their stride, but you can see that in the dense foliage on the back of its head, you can see a little red squirrel that's chittering at you. And roll me a d8, please. Sweet. You essentially have like a bardic inspiration. You have an extra D8 to spend on any ability check in the next until the next dawn.
My internet's being garbage again. I just heard an extra D8 and then it cut out.
An extra D8 for any ability check until dawn.
Okay.
No one should have to pay for internet, and no one's internet should suck. It is what connects us these days. We
All
need
things
it.
should be free.
There's no real reason for cost unless it takes what other people need. Like it takes away what they need.
Money should be unnecessary. We should be a society that shares all things.
No one understand why. Someone was like, "Are you just talking about Jungian philosophy?" And I was like, "I don't know who that is, and I don't really care. All I'm saying is that we literally live in a post-scarcity society, and so all scarcity is false scarcity. And anybody who wants to argue with me is just wrong. You're just wrong. It's okay. You can admit it. There's more than enough to go around, and the only reason we squabble for anything is because we're told we have to. And you're such good little obedient."
Down with capitalism.
And in most hierarchical structures. And pretty much anything that supports white supremacy. Sorry,
down with structure.
Not a fan. Yeah, capital A, anarchy. Not chaos, anarchy. You don't know the difference? You're probably the same person that doesn't want to shut up about what I just said.
Anarcho-communism.
Luxury gay space communism, everybody. It's what we really should aspire to.
Yes.
It's why Star Trek is better than Star Wars.
Thank you. Finally, someone agrees.
Why is my internet not cutting out between it at all during this tangent? Yet I know it's probably going to cut out as soon as we get back to this story.
Probably. Sweet. I have a present for y'all.
Oh, well?
You're gonna level up from level 1 to level 2.
Wow.
Thank you.
And I'd like for you to go ahead and do that because it should really only take you about 2 or 3 minutes.
Level in sorcerer time. You know what I'm doing.
Do it.
if I actually have a question for you, Hadley. If I do level her up with a level in sorcerer, if I choose a different sorcerer's origin, will the wild magic from her barbarian class still apply or no?
I mean, it would absolutely apply. They're not tied to. It's but I mean, like, if you are you looking for something besides wild magic from your sorceress origin?
I wanted to do a different sorcerer's origin for her wild magic simply because I know that she's already going to have it when I do level her up in barbarian again.
Which sorceress origin are you thinking about?
Let me pull up her sheet really quick.
Okay.
And look through them. I simply, if I remember correctly, which I probably don't. Uh, where is my sorcerer lady? Sorcerer, there she is.
And Finn, if you have a question, comment, or secret ambition about your character.
I was thinking of either I was thinking either Clockwork Soul or I was thinking either Clockwork Soul, Shadow Magic, or Divine Soul.
I don't really like the Clockwork one for her, unless there's
Okay.
something that I'm missing.
Fair enough.
Let me take a quick look here. Divine Soul. I think Divine Soul sounds closer.
Mm-hmm.
I think that sounds more like. Doesn't that sound more like Willow?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
I feel like Clockwork Soul's very artificery.
Yeah, that's true.
Plus, she's so good and pure. I think that Divine Soul's probably just closer.
But would the with the barbarian class that I am planning on leaving her when I get her to that point, would it still apply with the wild magic or no?
Are you still going to have wild magic as a Divine Soul? Is that what you're asking me?
Yes, because
Yes.
of the barbarian. Thank God. Okay.
I'm not going to shirk off the influences of wild magic over you. You know how important wild magic is to me.
Thank you. I wanted to make sure of that. Otherwise, I was going to take wild magic sorcerer.
No, I think you can be both.
Yay! Thank you. I will be leveling her up now.
Okay. Finn, how's it coming?
It's okay.
Is this a question or something I can help with?
No, I don't think so. The only thing I have to do is choose one more spell.
Cool. What kind of spells are you going with?
I don't know.
Okay.
Are we getting a feat with this level up or no?
At 2, no.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
No. Just try and keep everything at 4. Be generous at that point. All right. Anything else for characters? Y'all good? You want to keep playing Witchlight?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. As the day moves on, things seem the same. The performances, the crowds that come through, there's very little that seems more than mundane, despite the fact that you are in a rich world of magic and a rich environment that is deeply entertaining. On the other side of the stage, it loses its shine very quickly. The day begins to wane, and you know what's coming because it happens like this every day. The tents shut down, and everyone gathers near the big top. And there's a monarch chosen. And you see that weather vane as Mr. Light carries it through the crowd, and testing each of the people for how much fun they've had at the Witchlight. And when the butterfly atop it begins to pick up speed, that's the one Mr. Light knows. He knows, and so does this vein, that this one's going to be the monarch today. And as he reaches down and taps, an old woman who beams up at him with rosy cheeks, hunched over her cane, and smiling just as big, if not more so, than the children who stand around her. And as she pushes her glasses up on her nose and smiles, she turns into a butterfly, her cane falling to the ground in front of where she was standing. And two things happen very quickly. The first is that as that butterfly flitters upward and into the sky, the crowd is awash with enthusiasm, clapping and cheering and whooping and hollering. And as the night falls into the deepest and darkest of night, those crowds cheering, we also see three young children, and one of them is holding her cane in his two little hands and looks up with a fearful face and says, Nana? Nana? And then we just see them start to bawl.
We as characters see this, yes?
Yes.
I think Willow would approach the kids with Auburn.
They're fucked up.
Clearly. And I think she'd kneel in front of the one who was holding the cane and offer them a hug.
Yeah, they're gonna take a hug. They're gonna definitely take a hug. And they look up and wipe their tears. And we see from their perspective the eye with coral growing out of it, and the other one slightly opaqued. And he looks up and says, "When is she coming back?"
I don't know, and I wish I could tell you.
Roll me a deception check.
Oh god, I know she's not. 4 plus 2 is 6. I think Willow's crying too with that, man. She knows.
Yeah, the next kid over, an older little girl. She turns around. Her face is dirty. Her dress is dirty. She's dirty. She's just dirty. Her hair is dirty. And she turns around and sort of like rubs a smudge of a tear off of her cheek, leaving another smudge from the dirt on her hand across her face. And she looks stoically and angrily at Willow and says, Nana's not coming back, y'all. And she snatches the cane from her brother's hand, and she turns around and grabs her cousin by the arm, who is just a little baby, does not understand what's going on here. And she begins to march defiantly with her brother and cousin in tow as the rest of the crowds begin to exit the Witchlight. What instruments does Tig play?
Fiddle and bagpipes.
Okay.
Very unmatching to his aesthetic. Pretty funny.
Those are, I don't know, I don't think that that's accurate, because I think it just speaks to like the heart of Tig, and that's an aesthetic that you just can't.
True.
Plus, fiddle and bagpipes is like, that's pretty aesthetic. Also,
it is aesthetic. It's just that it's funny that he's like a fucking like Barbie bimbo kind of vibe, like outfit wise, and then it's like fucking imagine a bimbo fucking whipping out bagpipes.
A bimbo bagpiper. Yeah.
Bagpiper.
Yeah.
Love that.
Anyone who plays the fiddle is a hoe. All right. That's why it's called a hoedown.
Oh, true.
You're a hoe who's down.
Yeah, precisely. So, you hear a Tig, the plucking of strings from inside of a carnival game, like right over here-ish. The flaps are closed and tied down, but you hear like and you see an eye looking out through one of the holes between the tied off strips of canvas, just staring right at you, Tig.
I'll just like wave to the you know.
Yeah, as you wave, they're like, you see like a finger.
Okay, I'll just go inside.
Roll me a stealth check, please.
$11.
Okay. You have to untie a couple of these. They untie one, you untie one, and you slip inside that that tent. And you sort of look back outside, to see if anybody's looking. You don't see anybody, and then you see Eliwick. She's standing there, and she hits a couple of strings, and you see the two knots tie themselves back together. And she says, "So I hear that you're gonna try and get out."
Yeah.
She says, "This isn't gonna be easy, but I'm glad to help any way I can. I'm not a big fan of Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, if you've not already gathered that." You know what you have to do, right?
Not quite. Well, actually, wait, no. Well, yeah, I do. Well, maybe if I. The fact that I thought too hard about it probably means that I don't. But at least I'm not in it alone.
That's fair. Do you say that?
Yeah, you know.
Okay. I. She looks and is like, okay, okay. Um, you're going to have to go hither and yon.
Yeah, what does that
Do
mean?
you know? You don't know about hither and yon?
No.
um. So. Oh boy, you really are new here, aren't you? She sits down and begins to play a song of hither and yon, hithering, thithering, hither and yon. And as she plays, she describes a world that tethers the Witchlight Carnival to the Feywild. And this space is known as the domain of Prismere. They seem to exist as sort of three island groups in a sea of clouds. And they are ruled by the Hourglass Coven. Three horrible hags who to the denizens of Prismere are mighty despots, each in their own right. And they move through this space and are uninhibited, like most. They can move anywhere in this space, similar to how we did with Fight for the Feywild, how intention can move you from hither to yon. They have this ability, others do not. And she sings about balloons crossing the sky from one land to the next. And she talks about rules, these Feywild rules of hospitality, ownership, reciprocity, these concepts which are very common in Fey cultures. Um, the the other thing is that um, there is an almost Peter Pan like quality to a lot of the denizens. Um, all former children who came to the Witchlight. Essentially, any kids that came in without tickets came back on their like 8th birthday or 9th birthdays, and essentially were absconded with instead of becoming hands at the Witchlight Carnival, became the denizens of Prismeer. And the what's your passive insight's pretty good, right?
13.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll me an insight check. It's going to be sort of like a minimum of 13 here.
Okay. Oh, I got an 11.
Okay. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Did you see the Tumblr post about the guy who's talking to a guy in the desert? And he's talking. He says, "Yeah, you know, every few months, cats go missing. I think the coyotes get them, and then I gotta go get another one from the shelter."
You're just feeding the coyotes.
Yeah, and the guy's like, "It sounds like you're just feeding cats to the coyotes." And then the little girl in the room starts to cry. You get that feeling. You get that feeling that the Witchlight is feeding children to these hags, like human trafficking style.
Damn.
Yeah. And as she finishes her song, she looks back to you, and says, "Now, do you see why I was so distasteful, displeased, disgusted with Mr. Witch and Mr. Light?"
Yep.
She says, "Good, gotta go." And you see her strum a string really fast and then just disappear.
Okay, bye.
And then you see a big eye looking in through the slit in the tent.
Hi.
Oh, there you are, Tog. Hey.
Oh, hey.
Hey. Can I come in?
Sure.
Or? And he starts to look up. And he pulls one of the strings. Or maybe you could come out. You want to come out?
I'm already out of the closet.
That's a good joke. I like that. That's funny. Do you want to come out of the tent?
Yeah.
Okay. And he proceeds to pull the other two little toggles and opens up the tent. It says, Why are you hiding in here?
Oh, I was talking to someone, but they just left.
Yeah, he looks inside and says, "Oh, well, next time you see him, say hello for me." Do you want to play some more pinochle? And he sort of just like shuffles his foot against the dirt.
He's doing the uwu feet. The point the toes together.
The good thing is we're going to get 6 good seasons of mounting sexual tension between these two himbos who can't figure out how to fuck if it's not forced upon them.
They're just stupid.
They're not stupid. They weren't socialized apparently.
The two himbos who aren't socialized and the lesbian who will collect every woman she can.
Now, when I say it, it's bad, but when she says it, it's okay.
What?
What? Gotta catch 'em all.
Oh my god.
Just saying.
Collect women like Pokemon cards.
No, like actual Pokemon, where I keep them restrained until I'm ready to use them, and then make them do my bidding by shouting at them.
No, I'm always thinking about that. Like, what does it look like inside a Pokeball? Like, I always imagine that it's just kind of like a little, kind of its own little universe in there.
Yeah,
Like, it just kind of looks like a habitat.
It's probably heaven. It's probably the best.
I like to imagine that it's like a very like personalized space for the Pokemon to just sleep and chill and relax.
Ultimate cosmic power! Yeah, to be in space.
There's a fucking, I think it's Robot Chicken sketch where it's like, in like Ash's Pikachu's Pokeball, it's a fucking Pikachu strip club.
Nice.
Oh my god. One of my friends had the horrible idea that the reason that the Pokemon are so willing and excited to battle is because they're finally let out of their tiny little cages.
Mm-hmm. Again, more about the rat socialization experiment. What a fucking nightmare scenario.
Rats. We're rats. We're the rats.
We are the rats.
Yep. We are the rats. So, you want to go play some Pinochle?
Ira, what is Pinochle?
It's a game that takes 4 people to play. It's a card game. Play with 48 cards. I think the idea is to try and like get tricks.
Card games aren't real.
Birds aren't real.
In 1970, all of the birds died in 1978 because of Reagan killing them and replacing them with spies.
The birds work for the bourgeoisie.
All of the straights died in 2015 because of Obama killing them and replacing them with spies. The straights work for the NRA.
Correct.
Also, just like, if we're trying to, like, so, like, how much bonding have I had so far over, like, the couple weeks? Like, how much have we just, like, talked, you know?
You probably play Pinochle quietly for several hours a night.
Great.
Many bonding.
So there's like a deep emotional bond, but apparently neither of you are able to talk to the other. It is deeply comforting, though, just to have someone there, you know?
What's it?
Say that again?
My internet's fucked up. I don't know anything you just said.
It's just comforting, have someone there.
The part before that.
Oh, you guys play pinochle quietly for several hours a night because neither of you know how to talk to one another. But it's still comforting. Just having someone
Okay, so yeah, I could just be like, I mean, do you want to just like talk, like get to know each other?
His eyes get real big. And he says, he kicks rocks again. Thought you'd never ask. And he reaches down a big, meaty hand to you.
Hold hand.
Yeah, as both of you, we can see little lavender hearts, kind of like boop, 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 off of him. And sort of the same, just really from the cheeks, off the tie. Yeah, we see the two of you as you make your way back towards the big top, and back to he usually as a furball spends time on the edge of the of whatever nature is just outside of the carnival itself, and then usually well before dawn is certain to get back, and I think that we see the two of you sitting and getting to know one another. What do y'all talk about?
I think that a Tag would want to like talk about the shit he's been through, because like he needs someone to talk about that. He doesn't have a therapist.
It's fair. Fair. What do you reveal about the experience you've had over the last few years?
You cut out again. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do to fix this. Like, should I just like, cause like I could leave and restart my computer, but like it's almost already end time. I don't know.
Yeah, what do you talk about? What do you share about those experiences over the last few years?
I guess depending on how comfortable Mufar was about hearing this sensitive topic. I mean, you talk about like that, like he like moved like at 18, he moved to the material plane to like try to become famous,
Mm-hmm.
and was like doing drag performance, kind of similar to what he's doing now, kind of burlesque, kind of cabaret stuff, but like in drag. But and yeah, well, to people, I don't know who views this. If people who saw Bards, what that that he ended up it's a sensitive thing for me to talk about. This isn't shit that I've been through, but I still find it hard to talk about.
Sure. They are difficult subjects. We're going to be reviewing some difficult subjects. That's your warning. If anyone was like, "Hey, are they going to talk about something that might upset me?" Yeah, we might. Mufaro doesn't seem to mind. Just to give you a heads up. He sits there. He holds your hand. If you get upset, he comforts you. It's just I'm sorry you ever hurt. Doesn't seem right. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think we see the two of you as you are sitting on the edge of these woods before the foothills. You begin to see fireflies, and very quickly you can see the first of them nearby, and then it sets off almost a cascade of fireworks in the low canopy trees of these woods. And we see Mufaro sort of reach down and drape his arm over Ty. And he sort of gives you a little bit of a pat on the head before he nuzzles down into your horns. Willow.
Yes, hello.
Hello. Roll me a perception check. Or what's your passive perception?
My passive perception is 14.
Okay. Do you stay in a tent or do you stay in a caravan?
I think Willow generally stays in a caravan. She feels safer in a smaller space.
Okay.
Just navigation wise.
Very good. As you come home to your little caravan, you climb up into it, open the door, and as you do, there's a obvious sort of disturbance. And you hear just almost a sharp breath at the far end of your caravan. You can't see, obviously, very well what's going on in there. There's a little illumination coming from your right-hand side as you look in. The blinds, the shutters are still drawn, or curtains are still drawn. And the light of the edge of the big top and the torches around its perimeter still cast faint light into this space. And as you pause, you hear, "Come up quickly. Shh. Well, don't let anyone know come on in already."
I would hope that you wouldn't kick me out of my own caravan. And she comes in with Auburn and shuts the door quickly behind her.
Can I get an animal handling check, please?
15 plus 4, 19.
Just before Auburn is about to let out a stream of just almost predatory barks, you tighten up on that collar and they heel and sit just inside the doorway as you swing that door closed again. Mm-hmm. Thank you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to have to come here like this. And you see one of those curtains slide and cut off half the light coming into this space. And so there's just sort of a rectangle of illumination to your right and abject darkness on the other side of the caravan.
Would telling me who you are be a danger to you, or?
You know who I am, close the blind.
And she'll close the blind with her white cane.
As you close that that blind, you see the flick almost like a match light, and it is brought to a lantern, which raises the level of illumination here to sufficiently that you can see the edge of where the bed to your right is, and the little dog bed shelf over the driver's seat of this caravan, and where the little kitchenette is on the other side. And you see a dark black blur wrapped in an indigo feathered cloak, and they have on a pair of paper mache wings. And you recognize them most distinctly from their silhouette as you see them turn and look back towards the blinds, and make sure that both of them are closed together all the way. And it's Kettlestein, the Kenku.
I see. How can I help you then?
We don't have excuse me, I guess I can speak at a normal tone. We don't have much time. You see, it sounds like the owners of the carnival are less than enthusiastic with our patrons, and well, the carnival and us are in danger.
I see. What kind of... I understand we don't have much time. What kind of immediate danger is there at the moment?
Um, he says, our captivity is has been quite generous so far, and that may change tremendously in the coming days. I understand that, well, we're about to go to 2 shows a day.
2?
It seems that they think that the watch can be modified, and reduce the amount of time it takes to pack up and leave. And I overheard Mr. Light suggesting that it would simply mean we had more hands to help out if people didn't exactly get out in a timely fashion.
I see. I okay. So they think they can modify the watch. They want to cut down on pack up and set up time. And they think that...
Essentially, y'all gonna work 16-hour days.
God, we're gonna be... Fucking Christ. That's awful.
Yeah.
I feel bad enough for nurses who do that shit.
Yeah. Oh,
But
it's 16 it's 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, every day of the year for the rest of your lives.
Yeah, I was about to say at least nurses get a couple of days off. Willow looks perturbed at this, but despite that, she starts taking the leather strap off of Auburn to let Auburn go nap or go rest.
Okay.
Um,
They
but-
clamber up with a clatter of buckles and paws and claws into the loft.
But we'll look at Kettlestein and then toward the covered windows now and nod. Well, that's if they can modify the watch, isn't it? Or are they trying to do this without modification first? Do you know when this is starting?
She turns and slides the blind over. And as you look out the window, you see the illumination of the Witchlight Carnival. The torches, ever burning torches, the strings of lights from the big top flicker twice in the darkness, and you are met with the bright yellow light of sun across a rolling desert. And you can already see people standing on the horizon beginning to descend these dunes towards the Witchlight Carnival. And that is where I'll leave you tonight.
Good lord, okay. That's so much. I love this, thank you.
So, kudos and congratulations on your level up. There's gonna be a little more narrative stakes coming. So get ready for that. And then it's gonna be a short intro season here. We'll probably just do like season 1.1.0 and then 1.5. Because we are coming to the end of the last few weeks of our season for goodies. I am going to try and keep a more consistent schedule, not take off quite so long. So it's just going to be maybe a few games more than all of my games for a week or so. So I'll keep you guys up to speed on that. And y'all just let me know if you need things. Okay. Cool.
Will do.
Lovely. Awesome. Love y'all both so much.
Good night. My roommate is asleep, so I must go be
Aw.
quiet. He fell asleep watching Minecraft.
Well, I'm gonna have to do like I always do and bid you adieu and au revoir. And remind you as always to be good, to take care of yourselves, and if you can't, be good. Don't get caught.
Good night, childrens.
Good night.
Toodles.